Hi, I'm Theo Bennett, the Analytics Evangelist here at More Visibility with this month's Ask the Expert. And the question this month is related to e-commerce functionality within Google Analytics. And how do we audit this to make sure it's working correctly? First of all, e-commerce in Google Analytics, you have to understand, is in two different components. You have your transaction information, which is basically your transaction ID, and the amount of revenue that generated, which typically most implementations will include like tax and shipping in that. And then you have a separate product array that contains all of the products, the quantities, and the costs that make up that particular transaction. So there's two different pieces of information, and when you look in your e-commerce reports, you'll have transaction information, which shows some revenue, and then you'll have product-related information if you drill into that transaction. The product-level information will not include shipping and tax, and therefore you should see slightly different amounts there. That said, it's a really good idea anytime that you're doing an implementation of e-commerce that you test it. The way you want to do that is by using UTM parameters for testing. If you're not familiar with UTM parameters, you can go to our website, morevisibility.com/taglink, and use our tagging tool there to get a feel for it. But basically you want to set a source, medium, and campaign that says test. And that way it'll be easy to find the transaction on your site. Also, once you do that, once you're making a test transaction on your website, you want to make sure that you're ordering multiple products. And typically I like to do one or two of a quantity of some particular product and then another product, because you want to make sure that these calculations are happening correctly and you're passing the correct values into Google Analytics. The last thing you want to do is once you've got that working, is that you want to once the site is up and running, and let's say you have 100 orders or 30 or whatever it is, at least 30 orders or so, you want to take those transactions and then compare them to your back-end system. So you're never going to see one-to-one. You're not going to have all of the orders in Magento or whatever e-commerce platform you're on. You're never going to see all of them in Google Analytics. You're not going to have that one-to-one, but it should be close. It should be within 3 to 5%, let's say. There's no set number because it's a function of not every transaction will make it into Google Analytics, unfortunately, for a variety of reasons, but it should be pretty close. So take your orders out of the back-end system and compare them to what's in Google Analytics, and compare them down to the product level. Make sure you've got the correct number of products, the correct products are showing in Google Analytics, that for the orders that you have in both, the numbers should match up. They should be pretty close, if not exactly the same. But again, you won't get all of the orders in Google Analytics. So if you have any questions about this topic or any others, please feel to reach out to us at info@morevisibility.com. We'll be happy to answer those for you. Have a great day.